show and see what will happen. No place is safe. Africa is not safe for an African. Could you imagine? Today, I'm bringing all this analysis from the news I saw on Punchline Africa TV that the United Kingdom are now trying to invest. It's a promise to the idiot we have in Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. These idiots, these fools, nothing is in their brain. You see all these African leaders, their thing is in their brain. Nothing. Their brain is zero. Their brain is zero, nothing. They are trying to go and do an investment of nearly $200 million in Kenyan soil because of the good job they have done for them. That is where I'm drawing, that is where I'm bringing this thing out for us to hear. Because most of the time we blame them. We blame them. Slavery started with the white people and ended with until when the white people decide. And that is the time it will stop. We cannot on our own say this thing is evil. Rather, we will be the one that will assist them to carry it up. Slavery, slave trade excel so much in Africa because African people were part and parcel of it. They were making money. We were kidnapping our people, selling to them. They give us hot drinks. They give us a mirror and whatever nonsense they give. And we will put and sell our own people. Up till today, it's still happening. Up till today, it's still happening. And we will come out and be blaming people who are there just for their own interests. That is how the world is. People who want to better their own people. We keep on blaming them. Whereby it is our own stupidity. Everything needed to excel, to rule this world till eternity is in Africa. The manpower is there. Human resources is there. Manpower is there. The natural resources is there. The education is there. The brain, everything is there. But one powerful problem there is stupidity. It is stupidity. Stupidity. But it cannot let us. We will continue to talk. This is Radio Biafra House Service 2, coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London. I just saw that news on Punchline African TV. If you go there on their Facebook, you'll see it. A lot of people commented and whatever. Let's take this one. Let's take this news. I would rather die than surrender my land to Fulani, says Benue Governor Autumn. Samuel Autumn said he would rather die than to submit his land to Fulani. You see a real indigenous leader. You see a leader that is not being influenced by the Fulanis. You see how they speak. This man has been vocal from day one till today. They have been trying to eliminate him, but they couldn't. This man has stand firm for his people. This man insisted for the Benue people based on the killings. But in our own case, the administrator, the Fulani, succeeded in planting in Imo State, is bragging how he will bomb Java. On Channel TV, he told them that he brought the military to kill his own people. After using helicopter gunship to shoot on people, this same man, this same administrator in Imo State was the one who did what? He went and bribed some hungry people to tell them that indeed there was no killing, nothing happened. The same people destroying themselves. But look at the statement of a governor who stood for his people, who is ready, saying rather let him die. These are the kind of people we need. Can any of the governor from the eastern region make such a statement? The answer is no. The answer is no, despite the danger. I wonder why people are keeping quiet. Fulani are killing people everywhere. But the soldiers, the police, the DSS will go and arrest innocent people. And you are seeing all these things, you are keeping quiet. You are keeping quiet. You are waiting for America to come. You are waiting when Trump or Joe Biden or Boris Johnson will say something for you. You are watching it. You saw the Fulani. You saw the government is the one opening door for them to come and kill people. They will track you from wherever corner you are, but they cannot track the bandits that are in the bush. Kaduna State is gone completely. Every day killing. You are watching it and you are waiting for America to come and fight for you. And when we speak, you target whatever. This is the only man who still stands for his own people. I wish he has all that support. I wish the Benue people will give him the kind of support that IPOB has now, so that he can declare whatever from the seat of power and see how he's going to liberate his own people. Very, very important. Let's continue with the news. Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom says he will rather die than surrender his land to Fulani, who have made over 1 million homeless people in his state. Ortom disclosed this on Tuesday in Makurdi, the state capital, while receiving the mission team of the Medicine Sans Frontiers, also known as Doctors Without Borders. The governor accused the Nigerian government of paying lip service to ease a fight against insecurity. He maintained that Muhammadu Buhari-led government has the capacity to arrest killers, herdsmen, but has chosen to look the other way to fulfill an alleged agenda of ethnic cleansing. He said, our people are dying, our women, mothers are being raped, our children can't go to school, they are suffering. This is a statement of a co-governor of an Imo state, of Enugu state, of Anambra state, of Bonyi state, of Abia state, of River state, of all the whole Biafra land, of Akwa Ibom, Calabar. You cannot hear such statement from all these criminals, despite the killings that are going on in their own state, my dear brothers. Samuel Ortom had been vocal. Had it been, he will have a support of 2, 3, or 4 governors. Now, lamenting as he is, just as the killings are going on in Enugu state presently. ESN was there to defend the land. If I knew Gwani bring the military to destroy ESN camp, where they are safeguarding their people, ESN went and drove these herdsmen, these terrorists, these jihadists that disguise themselves as herdsmen. They drove them away from a particular place in Enugu state. This same governor is aware when this job was done, the people in that area were happy, clapping hands and asked ESN to stay. ESN have been there for some time. They refused these people to continue their movement. Now they have used the military with their helicopter gunships, with their Tucano jet and whatever they're supposed to use to bomb the bandits. They have used it to attack the ESN camp as at last week. We all know all the story and how it happens. But the useless governor there, all these Fulani puppets they have kept there, cannot do what? They cannot stand to speak like Samuel Ortom. You can never see them talking like Samuel Ortom, defending their own people. Not even one of them. But look at how this man is talking. But had it been 2, 3 governors who back this man now, this evil will end. This evil will end. People are dying day and night. People are being killed. People are being killed, butchered. And these leaders kept quiet. For what reason, I don't know. How long are you going to eat this money? This money, this power, this position you are dragging. You want to prepare yourself for 2023. You want to stay there forever. You want to, and people are dying. Your co-human being, which you will tomorrow die. The killings in Enugu State, in Ebonyi State, in Imo State, that of Imo State is by soldiers. That of Enugu State is by this Fulani jihadists. In Ebonyi State, the same thing. It's too much that nobody is talking. None of the governors are trying to react. Everybody, rather, they are giving them the support. Because it was Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi. It was Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi who declared fasting. When Uzuwani was massacred, who declared fasting, he is the one who brought this military again in Enugu State. But can he speak like Samuel Ortom? Can he come out and lament and tell the world that the hand of the presidency of the late Muhammadu Buhari is in these killings, that he is the one who brought their own people who brought their own people, sent their own malamis, their own what do they call them? Their own sheikhs to go and negotiate like a Gumi. These things are well-planned things. Can governor of Enugu State stand up now and talk in defense of his people? Can he talk? Just like Samuel Ortom. This man said he's ready to die than to give Benue land to Fulani. I wish that there are something like state police. I wish that there is something like state police presently with somebody like Samuel Ortom, where he will command the police to make sure, equip them. He can buy ammunition from any place, direct or indirectly, equip his own state police and make sure that overnight they chase these criminals away from their land. I wish. Because only his vocals, only his statement alone will prove to you that indeed this man is ready for any action to defend their land and their people. I wish. But in our own case in Biafra land, they are the one invited them for them to prepare themselves, for them to be a good boy for the so-called 2023, or to be in power continuously. You see why sometimes when we come to talk against, when we begin to talk against the killing of our politicians, some of you, I don't like the reaction that comes from that. When I see what people are talking, it pains me. It pains me. I demand for the contract. You see, I will see our politicians personally. I want Chineke demand for the contract to punish these criminals. Because what has happened so far, they have crossed the red line. Let's continue. These criminals, they display themselves on social media, claiming they are here for an agenda to drive our people away and take over their land and also kill them. And they are here courtesy of the federal government. But for me, if they come, then I am ready to die than to surrender my land to Fulani men. If God didn't protect me, then I need no help from anybody. Look at the statement of a governor that loves his own people. How many governors from the East will offer such statement? That he, first of all, that he allegedly accused the federal government of being involved in this killing. Can we have such from the East? Can we have such from Biafra land? The answer is no. Can any politician rise up and say such words? This is what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, had been lamenting for years. And this is the reason why they organized the extraordinary rendition of him into the camp of the DSS. This is just because this particular statement now that Ortom is saying, this is what our leader have been saying. For us to see the wickedness of the people we are with. For us to see the wickedness because they have succeeded in holding power. If we don't rise up in unity to fight this evil, it will swallow us completely. As a freedom fighter presently now, no place is secure for you in Africa. You need to struggle yourself to Europe. Not that the Europeans love you, but the thing is that they claim to be white people, clean, stainless, they don't go. They will use your own people to engineer your execution. So you discover that you are not saved completely. If we can fight these people now, not tomorrow, if we can fight these people, free. Generation coming will be free. Generation coming will be free. Samuel Ortom is lamenting that these Fulanis display themselves on social media. We saw them, see what they are doing, arresting people, using a knife to cut people's head, all those barbaric acts, and they put it on social media. The DSS will never track them. They will never spend their time to look for them. Nothing like them. Even some today, they have restricted the media from showing all these things, from publishing it. Nobody will talk. But when you do a minor thing, when you do something that doesn't require such, you will see the attention on all those things. It's just like the useless human right thing that the world is talking. Nobody talks about you human right now, that you are trying to mandate people for vaccination. Is it not against human right? Is it not against human right that you are trying to make vaccination mandatory, that people will take it? The killings that are going on in third world countries, is it not against human rights? They will not talk. But when they see you now, maybe you arrested somebody in Africa who is a gay, then you will see their lawyers will come. You see Christina Mampo and whatever on CNN to come and talk against such act, that you should allow them to exercise their human right. But look at what is affecting human being presently. Nobody is talking. So this is from Samuel Autumn talking, telling people what is going on. And I love the statement. This is to prove to you that indeed this man loves his people. Because anybody that loves his own people will definitely fall on the process, or ready to fall on the process in defense of his people. Very, very important. Samuel Autumn is one of them. Samuel Autumn is one of them. This is Radio Biafra Hausa Service 2, coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London, under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. This is Radio Biafra Hausa Service 2, coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London. We must continue. I want us to see, yesterday I was unable to broadcast, and due to some of technical issues, couldn't come up. But I have some certain things that took place at on 26th, that the day before yesterday, at the court case, and I would have liked us to have one or two analysis, just observation on what that happens, and your view, your take over it. What do you think? Why would this thing happen? And what is your own understanding? So by the time the lines are open, we will as well call in, maybe give, or I ask you a question, what is your take on this? Number one is that this is a media restriction for other medias not to come and cover this event. For other medias not to come and cover this event. I later heard that it was an association called NAJOC, National Association of Journalists and whatever, that they are the one who arranged that thing and assigned. It was assigned by the Federal High Court, which means the government is aware that it's not from government directly, but from a particular group of journalists, group of media. So you see that they are having cabal. It's like a cabal in media now. Maybe the people who will be so rude to people so that the government will buy them and give them more money. So they try to restrict some other media not to come and talk or give their own view or record. I heard that thing was arranged by a NAJOC, an association that governs or sees about the journalists, something of that nature. They are the one who organized it. They selected those people and they hand it over to the Federal High Court. They signed, approved by the government and whatever. So these things now is to see, for us to my own take and more understanding as we dive in, is for us to see how corruption is advancing more and more. We are criticizing the entire media. You now see that inside the media there is trying to have a hardcore to the government, those who will be so brutal, so wicked, those who will try to do the most needful for the government, and those people is the one that will bribe. mostly. So they are the one who arrange this thing as we were told, as we gather information. Is for us to see what is going on, the level things are moving these days, to understand the wickedness of the wicked, against humanity. You don't want others to watch, you don't want others to come in, you don't want others to record, you just want you alone, so that you people will decide whatever the government has asked you to do. That is exactly what you are going to broadcast or publish, which is evil. We must continue. Number 2 observation is that I saw the Igbo lawyers, they were refused not to enter into the courtroom. I don't know what really happened. I don't know what I saw one. The man was so furious. He was so furious. He was telling them that he is the leader of the Igbo lawyers within that area. The man was so aggressive. He was so angry. He was shouting. What am I trying to let us know there? You and Igbo. You insist your Igbo nation, Igbo this, Igbo that. You don't have any place. You need to fight for for your freedom first before you begin to think of your Igbo thing. These are Igbo lawyers who may or may not be in support of BIAFRA restoration. They may not. Forget about that. Most of them show in this case now. We thank them because you know that the case of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, anything concerned Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is something for anyone to profile to go high. We remember one man then that nobody knows him, one Vincent or better, whatever, those days, you know. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is a world class. Is the greatest man on the planet Earth presently. So if you want to update your profile, if you want your profile to go high, anything you in line with him, people have to click to listen, to know, to come closer to you, whether you say the good or the bad ones, mostly when people are talking bad. So seeing most of those lawyers, I'm not criticizing them, but I'm telling you facts, doesn't mean that they may be in support. But what am I bringing out from there is for us to see if the understanding will really enter us. Not for your profile to go high, for you to be known, so then you'll be called for corruption, to destroy your people. But for you to see that you as a race, as an Igbo, whatever you claim, you are nobody. Lawyers, established lawyers, and licensed lawyers, they were refused to enter into the courtroom at a certain time so that they could do their things or whatever before they open road for them. Or to tell them, or to let them know that indeed you are a slave. Forget about your whatever, your profile, forget about your education. Forget about whatever you have. You are still a slave. They always do this thing to every Igbo echelon. It's just like this man now, Allen Onyema. You see how they are frustrating his airline business. Frustrating. Just as they did to Ibeto Cement and whatever, disappeared. Just many of them, there was a time they accused Koscharis of tax or whatever. They will always do one thing to remind you, oh boy, you are a slave, oh, you are a slave. You are trying to grow wing. They will just cut it off. There was a time they pick up a fine Oba and they lock him and later they must surely humiliate you publicly, stain your name to prove to you that oh boy, you are a slave. Even though we make you rich, allow you to be rich, or allow you to reach to this level, you are still a slave to us. This is exactly what I'm seeing among the lawyers that came to identify. So they proved to them that indeed you people are nobody. You people are nobody. That is why they restrict them. They allow them to stay there for a certain time. Maybe later on they later open the door for them. That is another one. Then another one there that is giving most people headache is our leader not to appear in court. And why? These are the things, observation we gathered on the day before yesterday. Yesterday I was supposed to come and give all this analysis and we have a discussion on it. Our leader did not appear in the court. All manner of things and manner of excuses they were given. But one thing we must make sure is that we see our leader. We see our leader very soon. The legal counsel that have been permitted, just as we read that now people, relatives or friends can go maybe into or whatever. I read it from our council Facebook. We need to make sure that he is the one and he is there, because we cannot. I don't want to say much. We can't afford to say here any other thing. I don't believe in. I don't listen to whatever any other person is saying. I'm just saying my own mind on this. But this is one of the issues that we have found on that day. Our leader was not there, and a lot of security men everywhere covered and giving all sorts of excuses, whatever the reason why they did that. So these are the things I want us to have. Maybe you have your own understanding on that. When the lines are open, you can call in to tell us maybe what you understand the reason for that. Another one is is this is this their what we like call this their slave media, BBC Igbo. BBC Igbo, BBC Igbo. I'm laughing at you people. I'm laughing at you people, honestly. BBC Igbo, we are not allowed to enter. I saw the useless boy that normally conducts all this their interview. Because I tell you that any person answering the same name with me, but with don't believe in the same ideology with you as for Biafra restoration, that person is an idiot. Whether it's your father or your mother or your wife or your children, because there is no other way if not for us to be free. Then before we begin to discuss any other thing, nothing somebody will tell you. So I saw where they kept them with other people. They did not allow them to enter. These are the humble slaves. The obedient slaves, obedient media that always talk against their people. All their interview will be negative against us. What have we done? What have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done? Nothing. It's for your own good. Take just because they employ you and pay you maybe 50,000 a month or 80,000 naira or 100,000 naira. That is not up to $500 a month. And as a result of that, you stand strong in destroying your generation. BBC, but we are not allowed to enter into the court premises on that day. And I was surprised. Suddenly, we now see Hausa, BBC Hausa was there. The same BBC, but there is a clause. The same BBC Hausa we are allowed, but BBC Igbo we are not. Despite this thing is more related to the BBC Igbo because it's an Igbo something. Under normal circumstances, if you calculate it, observe it, you're supposed to allow the BBC Igbo to enter because this is like their own thing. But they now allow their own favorite son, the BBC Hausa, to enter. Then BBC Igbo, they did not allow them. And they go in shame. But as a useless Igbo man, Igbo man don't have shame again in Nigerian system. Igbo man don't have shame. He's not ashamed of himself. Anything you see them, they're still talking, writing. The same people they are using. All those things they are writing, it's not Fulani. Fulani don't have brain to write all those things. It is Igbo. If you hear police say, city secretary, whatever, they will put an Igbo man there who is well educated, who will write things, articulate it very well for them to post. So it is all these our Igbo girls and our Igbo boys they will put there using their brain to destroy them. Just like Africa will use white will use African men to destroy Africans. Exactly. They will use the Igbo people there, write a very good thing against us, publish it, and it will be destroying that in our own image. But BBC Hausa, that has nothing much in connection, is just under federal government or whatever, they were allowed to enter. But people who are more connected, they did not allow them. The same people criticizing us, talking bad against us, they did not allow them to enter. Shame on you. Shame on all of you working in BBC Igbo. Shame, shame, shame on you. Shame on you. If you feel ashamed even, you will never feel ashamed. You will never feel ashamed because you are an Igbo man. You are an Igbo man that have lost his memory, his senses. You just like a mad person. A madman is alive, moving about, but his brain is not working. He don't know that he's mad. He don't know that he's smelling. He don't know that his way of life is not good. That is exactly how you people are. Because as I'm saying, shame on you, you can't even feel the same ashamed. You believe that what you are doing is good. You were restricted. What do they call it? The association they call the NAJOC. Yes, NAJOC. NAJOC did not even include you people. As a humble slave you are, the way you people have been destroying IPOB things, all the things you record is where things, images, action that will dent the name of IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You never go and record the roads, telling us these roads, Ivan Ugwan, he said he will build it, so he did not, the budget for this road since 3-4 years, it had not been constructed. What's it called, the second Niger bridge, whether it's still going on or not. You people will not go and record all those things. The so-called Onitsha, whatever cargo that will come in, the one they allow one ship to come in one certain time, you don't go and record it again to tell the world that it's not functioning. You don't go there. You cannot go to the so-called Anambra Cargo Airport and see the shenanigans, the nonsense there, calculate the money, analyze it to people how corrupt. You can't do all those things. You cannot record this. Even to come and ask people, why is it that it was built for international airport, but they were not allowed to show as international? You can't analyze those Igbo things. Rather, all you would like to see is that IPOB do this, IPOB do that. As you are doing it, what are you getting? Your salary is 80,000 naira. You have a whole day you call yourself. You are not living fine. And you are contributing, destroying your people. BBC Igbo. BBC Igbo. BBC Igbo. People are calling all the whole Igbo people that are working there. Oh, think for 1 minute. Think of your own people. Do you think that we that are doing this thing, we are just doing it to cause problem or whatever? It's for your own good. Igbo people are going extinct. BBC Igbo, how many times have you gone, if not the coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who discover Igbo people that were carved in Benue, Igbo people that were carved in Kogi, Igbo people in Cross River, Igbo people in Bass, everywhere. Real Igbo, I'm not talking of the cousins. Real Igbo, speaking Igbo. How many times have you make an investigation as an investigating journalist? Go around, gather all this picture, come and show it. The gerrymandering that took place. You never do such a thing because you work with Ohaneze. Because this is what Ohaneze would have done years back. If not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't even know. If not, then I would begin to expose all these things. This is the thing. That's the only bad thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. And this is affecting you. This thing is affecting you. There's another day in Igbo language. That's the level you people are. This all of you working in BBC, but this is the level you people are. Deceiving yourself, destroying yourself, contributing in your own extent that is coming very fast. You see the killings, raping. You can't broadcast such a thing because they employed you. They contract you to speak against your own people. All of you Bano that are working there, you can't sacrifice. Why not tell your boss that this thing is not good? It's denting my image. Let him sack you. Let him. We that are doing this thing now, agitating for Biafra, nobody is paying us. Rather, we are giving our own money, our own time, everything for you to be free. If all of you, do you think that if this thing is against the houses in the north, against them, that you will see them, all of them will just automatically resign from that office. And they make a decree that nobody will go there and work. That office will close. But you can't do it because you are an Igbo person. You are a foolish Igbo man. You are a foolish Igbo people. You don't have shame. You don't have shame and honor. You don't know about it. You are just like a goat. Wherever you put a goat, wherever you put it, whatever, that is how we are. We are just like dog. You were restricted. You were refused not to enter the courtroom. Despite all the whole damages you have been doing to us, on that day, of which they know that if they allow you to enter there, you will never speak in our own favor. You will still speak in their own favor. Despite that, BBC Igbo, you were refused, you were restricted, you were among the ones that were restricted not to enter into the court premises, BBC Igbo. Despite the Fulanis, the Abubakar Malamis, the Chebus, the El Rufai, the Lai Mohammed, despite they know that even if you enter here, all you are going to broadcast, all you are going to write will be negative on IPOB, on Mazinam. Still, they did not, to tell you that you are a slave. To remind you, they just want to remind you that you are an idiot. BBC, but whether you are listening now or you are not listening, let everybody have this particular broadcast and send to you people. If you have common sense, you are not ashamed of yourself. All you Igbo girls and Igbo boys that are working there, you are not ashamed of yourself. So that is another one. BBC Igbo, we are not allowed to enter, but BBC Hausa, we are allowed, and they enter. And they enter. Igbo lawyers were restricted, they were kept out, they were shouting before they could enter India to Nigeria. A lawyer, for that matter, a legal counsel that came to stand, even though most of them don't believe in my ideology, just as I said, it's just for them to hide a profile. Still, this thing happens to them. This thing happens to them. Then another thing I want to talk about regarding things that happen on 26 after 26, the Fulani administrator in Imo State, we learned that yesterday, being the 27th, that he is attacking the Oloti market because they closed on 27th. I heard, I don't know whether they have opened it or not, but I heard that he said that he would shut it down or close it for 1 month because of their solidarity, to our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu by closing their market on that day. This is coming from an administrator, whereby you heard what Samuel Ortom was saying, then see the opposite in our own. See the opposite in our own. See the opposite in our own. Samuel Ortom stood. When will the Igbo people stand like this again in this world? Can you tell me? The administrator, the Fulani planted in Imo State, are threatening the Olotimba market right now that he will close it down. He closed the market down for 1 month because of their solidarity in closing their market just for 1 day on 27th that our leader supposed to appear in court. And the administrator is mad over it. He is mad. Tell me how, what, I don't know. Tell me, when, are we going to be free again? If we continue with these people, are we going to be free again? To the extent that before you become governor, that one has been there for a very long time. Before you become governor, you have to go to Sokoto and the decision will be made in Abuja before you become the governor of your state, in the whole Biafran area. Before you become anything, you need a boyfriend in Abuja to sodomize you. These are the things that are going on. That is why our own people will show solidarity to their own person, to their own brother. And a sitting administrator is threatening their life. Brothers, we need to, these are things that will make you to get, I don't want to get emotion today. I don't want to get mad to speak in the other manner today. These are the things that will make you to sharpen your sword very well and wait for these people. And wait for these people. If you can get him, you get his children or whatever, you do the needful thing to them. You do the needful thing. Has he repaired that market? Since he came in, has he done, is there any project, any plan for him to fix that market, to construct the roads or clean the gutters or whatever? over that market. Nothing, no plan. No plan. But he must have been collecting revenue from there. He must have been collecting revenue. He must have been collecting revenue since he became the administrator. No plan to fix or repair or do one or two things since he came in. But today he's trying to shut it down, as I heard, because there was solidarity from the people to their own brother, whom they believe most more than these criminals parading themselves as politicians. These things don't need to weaken us, but rather it need to strengthen us. That's why everybody must be on your own. You become an unknown gunman. I tell you the truth. So that anywhere you get, you do what those angels are doing. You just do it. Without doing it, you will see yourself doing what you don't want to do tomorrow. It's either they will force you to be fullanized, or they will bend you to one useless thing that your soul, you know that you yourself, you don't want to do this, but look at you doing it as a result of pressure that have mounted on you. You start supporting who you don't like. Start hailing who you don't, you will accept what you don't want to accept. So the earlier, the better. That is the understanding. This is Radio Biafra Hausa Service 2, coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London, under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only incorruptible leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's the director of Radio Biafra and her television, and he's the commander of the armies of Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only greatest man living on this planet Earth. Yes, I said it, and that is the truth.